Guys, today I will be sharing how to make chicken empanada. For the dough, we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I use apple cider vinegar, or you could use white vinegar. Half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of cold water, 1 egg, half a cup of cold butter, and 2.5 cups of plain flour. Begin, I just gonna pulse together the flour and the salt. If you don't have a food processor, you could use a pastry blender or 2 knives to do the process. So each time I add an ingredient, I pulse the food processor. So now I'm adding the butter slowly. Now I'm adding the vinegar. Gonna crack in 1 egg. Then I'm gonna slowly add the cold water, checking the consistency. Once the dough comes together, then it's done. Just like this. And now we're just gonna turn this over into a cling wrap. Lightly knead the dough into a flat disc, and then we will put this in the fridge while we move on to the chicken empanada filling. So I'm showing you the raw ingredients now so you have idea. I ended up using 1.5 sticks of celery, half a cup of water, 2 medium-sized potato, 3 carrots, 1 large onion, about half of the garlic, 50 grams of butter, 3 chicken cubes. This is salt to taste, pepper to taste. This is 1/4 cup of flour, but I don't end up using it all, and 2 chicken breast. So I've chopped and diced all the ingredients. Don't cut them too big and don't cut them too small. Just this size. So now we're gonna start cooking. In a heavy base saucepan, melt the butter. Once the butter is melted, we can add the onions. Cook the onions until it has softened up, about a minute or so. At this point, we can add the garlic. At this point, add the chicken breast, cubed. Season the chicken with salt and pepper, but don't add too much, just a little sprinkle. And then we will just continue to cook this for about 2 to 3 minutes. After about 2 to 3 minutes, we can add the other ingredients like the celery, the carrots, and the potatoes. Just give it a good stir. Now I'm adding chicken bouillon cubes. I added 3, but you can add 2. It's up to you. Then give it a stir. At this point, we're gonna season again with pepper. We don't need to add any more salt because the saltiness will come from the chicken bouillon cubes. So here comes the pepper. Next, I'm sprinkling some flour. So this will thicken up the mixture. We're adding the flour now so it doesn't taste floury. So it's like we're making a roux. At this point, we're adding water. This water is half a cup, but as you go along, you might need to add more water. So just give it a good stir, and then we're gonna cover this, and we're just gonna wait for the potato and the carrots to soften up. During the cooking process, I added a little bit of water, and then also taste for seasoning. So as you can see, there's a little bit of water in here, but that's okay. Check if the carrots and the potato is soft. Once it's soft, you can turn off the heat. This chicken empanada filling is a good base for chicken pot pie as well. I also boiled some egg, hard boiled. Now it's time to roll the dough. So the way I do it is I don't roll the dough in one go. I get chunks of dough. So I'm cutting pieces of dough and then I roll it. Sprinkle a little bit of flour in your work surface and then get one part of the dough and then flatten it. This dough is so easy to work with. And once it fits your desired size, cut it. I found that this size is too small. For the bigger empanada, I use the bowl. And for little one, I use this lid. So I've got two sizes of empanada that I will be demonstrating. One is small and one is a little bit big. So I'd like to roll all my empanada dough first, separated by parchment paper. So once I finish up with all the dough, that's when I start assembling my empanada. So your desired size is up to you. We're ready to assemble the empanada. I've got the egg wedges in here, my cold empanada filling, and the dough. So I'm gonna get about 2 tablespoons of the empanada filling. Don't overfill it, and as much as possible, avoid liquid because it will soften the dough. And then add one egg wedges, then enclose the empanada. Now, the way I do it is I pull the edge of the empanada and then tuck it. Pull again and then tuck. This is quite easy to do. So pull and tuck, pull and tuck. Or you could use a fork to seal the empanada. That's easier. And then do this to the rest of your empanada. With the empanada filling, you're gonna have extra, so you might wanna double the recipe of the dough. Now it's time to cook the empanada. Check the temperature of your oil. It needs to bubble up, but it shouldn't be too hot or else it will burn the dough easily. So we're gonna deep fry the empanada until it is golden brown. You can also bake this if you don't want to deep fry the empanada. So once the empanada is golden brown, you can take it out of the heat. Strain the excess oil.
Mom.
And then continue cooking until you finish up all the empanada. Empanada is nice to be eaten while they're still warm. So this is what they look like after cooking. They are so good. I can guarantee that you're gonna love it. You can adjust the seasoning according to your liking. And just to show you what it looks like when you have a bite or when you cut it in the middle. There are other ways to make empanada. There's beef empanada, there's pork empanada. So I will make the other types of empanada in the future video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.